When exploring the epiphanic Sonnets for Sinners, you're first confronted by Diane Kirk, the mistress and later wife of the Earl of Oxford, exposed here in the 17th century portrait as an allusion to Venus, the Roman goddess of love. While the sonnet has traditionally been utilized to tell tales dating back to the beginning of civilization itself, here we also examine how modern-day mischief takes the form of poetic verse.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I think that what's so fun about Sonnets for Sinners is the subtitle. It starts with the subtitle, Everything One Needs to Know About Illicit Love, because it's sort of like a wink to the reader.
The Greek concept of agape versus eros. Agape is selfless, pure, unself-involved love. Eros is very hungry, and these two forces war in us.
These are 49 epiphanic sonnets. And when you think of epiphany, you think of something that is suddenly striking, that reveals a meaning.
All working to illuminate the most elusive and paradoxical of human predicaments, that of illicit love.
There are poets like Butler Yeats and St. Vincent Millay, Shakespeare, that are the old chestnuts of love poetry and in the sonnet tradition, which is an 800-year-old tradition. And then he very amusingly, and I think adeptly, takes the actual words of current celebrities from the tabloid media, from interviews, from emails, and constructs sonnets, Shakespearean sonnets primarily, about their travails. Clearly the ones that are the celebrity triangles. I mentioned Prince Charles and Camilla and Lady Diana, Governor Sanford and Jenny and his lover Maria.
As much as I did talk about going the Appalachian Trail, I didn't want to where I ended up.
Now we have the Tiger Woods and his estranged wife Ellen.
You want a partner to witness your life, as someone I never found, not even at home. Yet suddenly you're touching sides of me I never knew. Why didn't we find each other years ago?
Here's a guy that's won every trophy in the world. So what's he lacking? And apparently what he's lacking is a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl. So he goes to not to Arizona, he goes to Sweden and gets the most Nordic-looking white woman ever. So it brings to mind King Kong. Just like King Kong could overlook all these black women for a blonde Nordic goddess, so would Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods would use her as a trophy, and that was, the pinnacle of having made it.
But in the more tabloid contemporary ones, it's kind of amusing because that epiphany is really sort of the banality of the human condition.
This thing is just never going to work. Can't you see?
Shakespeare described the subject 400 years ago beautifully in his 129th sonnet. And then the final two lines sum up the entire human condition and our blindness to the effects of illicit love, where he says, all this the world well knows, but none knows well to shun the heaven that leads men to this hell.